The brain fears rejection more than physical pain. That is not poetry. That is neuroscience. Studies show that social exclusion activates the same neural circuits as physical injury. Your brain reacts to being left out the way it reacts to being hurt. So when someone dislikes you, ignores you, or criticizes you, your body does not treat it as a small event. It treats it as danger. This is not weakness. It is survival wiring. For most of human history, being rejected by the tribe meant death. No protection, no shared food, no safety. Isolation was not uncomfortable. It was fatal. So your brain evolved to prevent rejection at almost any cost. But here is where things become complicated. Some people do not just dislike rejection. They build their entire personality around avoiding it. They do not simply prefer harmony. They need it. They need to be liked by everyone. At first, this sounds positive. It sounds kind. It sounds emotionally intelligent. Who would not want to be easy to like? Who would not want peace instead of conflict? But here is the uncomfortable truth. The need to be liked by everyone is not kindness. It is fear in disguise. Watch closely how these people move through social spaces. They scan the room. They read faces. They monitor tone shifts. They adjust their opinions depending on who was listening. They soften strong statements. They avoid sharp edges. If someone makes a joke, they laugh, even when they do not find it funny. If someone crosses a boundary, they smile, even when it hurts. If tension appears, they rush to smooth it. Conflict feels dangerous. Silence feels threatening. Disapproval feels catastrophic. Their nervous system reacts as if a social mistake could lead to abandonment. And biologically, that reaction makes sense. The brain does not easily distinguish between social rejection and survival risk. The alarm system activates anyway. Now ask yourself something deeper. Where does this pattern begin? It rarely starts in adulthood. It usually begins early. A child learns that approval equals safety. Maybe love felt conditional. Maybe praise only came with achievement. Maybe mistakes brought emotional distance. Maybe disagreement led to cold silence. The child adapts. Children are experts at adaptation. They become agreeable. They become helpful. They become quiet. They become easy. Not because that is who they are, but because that is what keeps connection stable, and it works. Approval increases. Conflict decreases. Tension fades. The strategy is rewarded, so the brain locks it in. Years pass. The child grows up, but the strategy stays. Now it feels like personality. I'm just a nice person. I hate drama. I just want everyone to be happy. And maybe that is partly true. But underneath, there is anxiety. Anxiety about being misunderstood. Anxiety about being disliked. Anxiety about being excluded. Anxiety about being replaced. So they overthink messages before sending them. They replay conversations at night. They analyze tone. They read into pauses. They say yes when they are exhausted. They say yes when they are overwhelmed. They say yes when they are resentful. Because saying no risks disapproval. And disapproval feels like danger. Slowly, something starts to disappear. Authenticity. Real preferences. Honest disagreement. Clear boundaries. The self becomes flexible. Opinions shrink depending on the audience. Needs become negotiable. Limits become blurry. The identity adapts for survival. But here is the hidden cost. When your emotional safety depends on approval, you will betray yourself to keep it. You will silence your needs. You will tolerate disrespect. You will accept imbalance. You will stay quiet when something feels wrong, all to avoid a simple possibility: someone not liking you. But here is the paradox. The more you try to be liked by everyone, the less real you become. And people do not truly connect to perfection. They connect to honesty. They connect to boundaries. They connect to someone who can say no. Being universally liked sounds powerful, but it often means you are invisible beneath the performance. Real confidence is not being liked by everyone. It is being okay with being disliked by some, because authenticity always filters. And filtering is not rejection. It is alignment.